Do you wake up with a stiff lower back, feeling pain every time you stand up or sit down? What's surprising is that in Japan, a country with tens of thousands of people living healthy lives past the age of 80, older adults rarely see lower back pain as a normal part of aging. They don't go to the gym. They don't force deep stretches. They don't rely on painkillers every day. Instead, they maintain *6 very gentle movements, woven naturally into daily life. Research shows these movements help * lubricate the joints, decompress the lumbar spine, and * activate the deep muscles that protect the lower back. Most remarkable of all, just 2 minutes a day * with one simple movement has been linked to noticeable pain reduction and years of extended mobility. So what are these movements? When most of us think about walking, we think about speed, step counts, and burning calories. But for older adults in Japan, walking is not exercise. It's a way to retune the body and the nervous system. They call this way of walking Sampo, slow, mindful walking, and it is considered a foundation for maintaining a healthy lower back, a clear mind, and stable balance over decades. Sampo is not about distance or pace. In fact, people walk at about half their normal speed, with clear, unhurried steps. Each step is fully felt. The heel touches first, then the sole, then the toes. This deliberate slowness activates 33 small joints in each foot, sending continuous signals to the brain. Over time, this retrains posture and balance from the ground up. What makes Sampo truly unique is the breathing rhythm that goes with it. Many Japanese practitioners use this cycle. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, exhale for 4 steps. This breathing pattern synchronizes the heart and nervous system, calms stress responses, and releases pressure that builds up in the lower back, one of the most common causes of chronic back pain after age 50. Only when the nervous system relaxes do the deep spinal muscles truly activate to protect the lumbar spine. A 10-year study from Kyoto University found that older adults who practiced Sampo daily had 62% lower arterial stiffness, more stable walking patterns, trunk control comparable to people 20 years younger. Most importantly, they experienced far fewer recurrences of lower back pain because the spine was constantly nourished by gentle, aligned movement. Sampo doesn't make you sweat. It doesn't raise your heart rate. Yet after a few weeks, many people report a lighter lower back, clearer thinking, and a stronger, more stable feeling when standing up and sitting down. That's why in Japan, slow walking is seen as a morning ritual, not a workout. How to begin? Just 10 minutes a day. If possible, walk on grass, soil, or natural paths to increase sensory input from the feet. If you must walk on hard surfaces, focus on feeling each step and keeping your breath slow and steady. Sampo is not walking for muscles. It is walking so your lower back and brain can heal, quietly. From the inside out. If you often wake up with lower back pain, feeling stiff, struggling to bend forward, or needing to walk around before your body loosens up, then Radio Taiso may be the missing piece. In Japan, this is not considered exercise. It's a morning ritual, one that has existed for nearly 100 years and is still practiced daily by millions of people. Radio Taiso is a sequence of 13 gentle movements, lasting exactly 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Broadcast every morning at 6:30 a.m. on national radio. Children, office workers, and especially older adults all move together, same rhythm, same flow, regardless of age or fitness level. What makes Radio Taiso special is this. Nothing is forced. No long holds. No aggressive stretching. No strength or strain. Instead, the movements are continuous, smooth, and circular. Shoulder rolls, arm swings, gentle bending and extending, spinal side movements, light knee lifts. This steady flow stimulates synovial fluid, the body's natural joint lubricant. After age 50, this fluid is produced less, especially if you sit a lot and move little. The result: dry, stiff lumbar joints, more friction around the lower back, and morning pain. Radio Taiso solves this not with effort, but with motion. In just a few minutes, the spine is oiled, the muscles around the lower back soften, and the motor nervous system wakes up. The body shifts smoothly from stillness into movement, the way it was designed to. A large study of over 8,000 older adults found that people who practiced Radio Taiso daily had 55% lower rates of chronic lower back pain, clearly better hip and shoulder mobility, 40% lower risk of falls. The key wasn't intensity. It was consistency. Radio Taiso is ideal if you have lower back pain in the morning, sit for long hours, avoid heavy exercise, or have a history of injury. How to practice it best? Do it right after waking up, when your body is just coming out of stillness. You can stay in pajamas, barefoot, in your living room or kitchen. You don't need to memorize the movements, just move with the rhythm. Breathe steadily, and never push. Radio Taiso doesn't fix back pain instantly, but practiced every morning, it prevents the lower back from locking up, restores natural flexibility, and slowly erases that feeling of aging overnight. For the Japanese, these 3 minutes aren't about working out. They're about starting the day with a body that still belongs to you. If you often feel your lower back tired and heavy after sitting in a chair for long hours, the real problem may not be your back at all. It may be years of resting in a distorted posture. In Japan, deep squatting is not an exercise. It is a natural resting position, used while gardening, chatting, reading the newspaper, or waiting. And this simple habit has quietly protected their lumbar spine well into old age. A true deep squat means feet flat on the ground, knees fully bent, hips lowered, spine relatively upright, with body weight evenly distributed through the legs and pelvic floor. This is the opposite of chair sitting, where the hips stay flexed for hours and the lower back absorbs constant compression. A deep squat fully opens the hips, releasing pressure on the lumbar discs and allowing the spine to decompress naturally. From a biomechanics perspective, a proper deep squat activates the glutes, inner thighs, pelvic floor, and the deep stabilizing muscles around the spine. These are the exact muscles that protect the lower back, yet they fall asleep when we sit in chairs too much. Instead of forcing a stretch, deep squatting allows the body to realign itself safely and intelligently. A 12-year study following over 5,000 older adults found that those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of living dependently later in life. They maintained better hip mobility, stronger knees, superior trunk control, and most importantly, far fewer complaints of chronic lower back pain. One crucial point: resting in a deep squat is not the same as gym squats. No repetitions, no weights, no counting. You simply stay in the position, breathe slowly, and let your body adapt. For beginners, tightness in the ankles or knees is normal. Sharp pain or strong discomfort is not. Those are signals to adjust. How to start safely. Squat near a wall or sturdy chair for light support. If your heels lift, place a small rolled towel under them. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Rest. Repeat a few times a day. After just a few weeks, many people notice they stand up more easily, bend forward with less effort, and their lower back no longer feels stuck. Deep squatting is more than a posture. It is the body remembering how to rest the way it was designed to, where the lower back is released, not forced to endure. When you reclaim this position, you don't just reduce back pain. You reclaim control over your body, something modern chairs have quietly taken away for years. When it comes to lower back pain, most people focus only on the spine. But the quiet root cause is often loss of balance. Every time your body feels unstable, your lower back tightens up to save the situation. That constant compensation is what keeps the lumbar area tense and painful. That's why in Japan, doctors often recommend one surprisingly simple practice for older adults. Standing on one leg. It may sound too easy to matter, but this is actually one of the deepest exercises for the nervous system and the muscles that protect the lower back. When you stand on one leg, your body is forced to make hundreds of tiny adjustments every minute, from the ankle, knee, and hip, all the way up to the deep abdominal muscles and the small stabilizers along the spine. These are the exact muscles that keep your lower back stable when you walk, stand, turn, or bend. Biologically, standing on one leg is a multi-layer exercise. It's not just about muscles, it's about the brain. Every second you hold balance, your brain processes information from your eyes, your inner ear, the sensory nerves in your feet, to keep you upright. Studies show this practice increases gray matter density in brain areas responsible for coordination and posture, key factors in reducing posture-related lower back pain. A long-term Japanese study found that older adults who practiced standing on one leg for 1 minute twice a day had significantly lower rates of hip fractures and fall-related hospitalizations, and maintained independent mobility for longer. Notably, researchers at the Mayo Clinic have also shown that the ability to stand on one leg is a stronger predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol. For the lower back, the biggest benefit is this: less compensation. When your balance improves, you stop unconsciously bracing your lower back every time you move. The lumbar spine finally gets to rest properly, instead of constantly working overtime to keep you from tipping over. After a few weeks, many people notice they can stand longer without fatigue, walk more lightly, and experience much less evening back pain. How to start safely. Stand near a wall or countertop for light support. Lift one foot just 2 to 3 centimeters off the ground. No need to raise it high. Fix your gaze on one point and breathe naturally. Start with 20 to 30 seconds per leg, gradually building up to 1 minute. Once it feels comfortable, you can increase the challenge by closing your eyes, slowly turning your head, or gently moving your arms, training the brain even more. In Japan, people often practice this while brushing their teeth or waiting for water to boil, turning everyday moments into quiet therapy for the back. Standing on one leg won't exhaust you. It won't hurt. But practiced consistently, it silently builds a solid foundation of balance. And when the foundation is strong, the lower back is finally free. If there is one movement that truly reflects how well you're aging, it's not running fast or lifting heavy, it's your ability to sit down on the floor and stand back up. In Japan, floor sitting is part of daily life. Eating, drinking tea, talking, watching TV. That means older adults move down to the floor and back up many times a day. And this ordinary movement turns out to be a powerful key to keeping the lower back, hips, and even the brain fully online. With age, unlike chair sitting, where the body is almost frozen, the transition from standing right pointing arrow floor right pointing arrow standing again is a complex chain of movement. It requires leg strength, hip knee ankle mobility, deep core activation, and precise nervous system coordination. If even one of these elements is missing, the body compensates, and the lower back usually pays the price. A large study by University of Tsukuba followed more than 10,000 older adults and found that those who could sit down on the floor and stand up without using their hands had stronger lower body muscles, higher cognitive scores, significantly lower mortality rates over the following 6 years. This ability reflects more than fitness. It shows that the brain can still plan, coordinate, and control movement accurately. For the lower back, the biggest benefit is load redistribution. When you practice getting down to the floor and standing up correctly, Force is no longer dumped into the lumbar spine like it is during sloppy bending. Instead, the load is shared by the hips, thighs, and deep core muscles. Over time, the lower back no longer has to do everyone else's job, and chronic tension and pain begin to fade. One important reminder: this is not a strength test. It's a skill, and skills are rebuilt gradually. Many people avoid sitting on the floor because it's hard to get up. But that avoidance is exactly what causes the body to lose the ability even faster. How to start safely. Practice on a mat, yoga mat, or carpet. Begin from a kneeling position. Use a low chair or your hands for support. Lower down slowly. Stand up slowly, no jerking. Just 2 to 3 repetitions a day is enough. After a few weeks, many people notice they can bend to pick things up more easily, stand up from chairs with less effort, and feel far less tension in the lower back. More importantly, they regain confidence in their own body. The Japanese have a very practical saying: the day you can't stand up from the floor by yourself is the day you begin to lose your freedom. Practicing floor sitting and standing isn't just about reducing lower back pain. It's about preserving independence, the most valuable thing we have as we age. While many people chase complex exercises to build back muscles, older adults in Japan trust something far more modest: gentle towel twists. At first glance, the movement looks almost too light to matter. But in reality, it is one of the deepest ways to influence the lower back, the spine, and the nervous system, especially after age 50. The towel twist is not meant to aggressively stretch the spine. Its true purpose is to activate the deep stabilizing muscles, the small muscles close to the lumbar spine that keep each vertebra moving on the correct axis. When these muscles are weak or asleep, the lower back twists unevenly every time you turn, bend, or walk. Over time, this leads to that dull, persistent back pain many people accept as normal aging. The movement itself is simple. Hold a towel at shoulder height, arms extended, and gently pull outward to create light tension. Keep the hips still. Slowly rotate your upper body to one side. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Return to center. Then switch sides. That constant tension from the towel forces the deep abdominal, back, and shoulder muscles to work together, instead of letting one area take all the load. What makes the towel twist especially powerful is how it engages both hemispheres of the brain. You're maintaining tension while controlling slow, precise movement. The brain must manage strength, balance, and spatial orientation at the same time. Brain imaging studies show that controlled rotational movements increase neural connectivity, improve reflexes, and enhance coordination. Indirect but critical factors in protecting the lower back from movement-related injury. Long-term studies in Japan involving thousands of older adults found that those who practiced towel twists for just 2 minutes a day maintained better grip strength, higher bone density, and longer independent living compared to those who didn't. Data from geriatric programs linked with University of Tokyo also suggest that gentle, controlled torso rotations significantly reduce chronic lower back pain without increasing injury risk. The best times to practice are: morning, to wake up the spine and core; evening, to release tension built up during the day and calm the nervous system. You don't need many repetitions. Just 6 to 10 slow twists per side are enough. The most important rule: no fast twisting, no force. This is not about cranking your spine. It's about reclaiming precise control over every degree of movement in your lower back. After a few weeks, many people notice they turn more easily, change positions with less discomfort, and feel their back move as one smooth unit instead of something stiff and disconnected. For the Japanese, towel twists aren't a secret technique. They're just a small daily habit. But that small habit creates a big result: a stable lower back, a well-coordinated body, and a brain that stays connected. all starting with 1 towel and 2 quiet minutes a day. Lower back pain, stiff joints, and poor balance are not inevitable parts of aging. With simple, natural movements, like those the Japanese have practiced for decades, you can keep your back strong, your mind sharp, and your independence for much longer. If you want to keep exploring gentle, safe, at-home movements designed for people over 40 to 50, subscribe to the channel now. Right finger hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and share this video with someone you care about, because good health is the most valuable gift you can give.